actually just yesterday, we finally got some news. Actually, we've had a trailer for Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, but we got a bigger trailer with more information yesterday morning.
Yes.
I think we'll start off with that right off the bat.
The
podcast.
Pokemon Presents.
The Pokemon Presents. I like to call it the Pokemon Nintendo Direct because it sounds better.
Yeah, I mean, whatever.
Same difference. But yeah, we got us trailer for the games. We saw the penis legendary Pokemons once again.
Yes, we did. It's just that purple one, man. It's got like rockets on the back, and it's like, dude, that's a wiener. That's exactly what that is, and it's very weird that you just okay, whatever. I want to say one thing about this we're gonna get into all the other stuff. I say this about every Pokemon game when we get to this point. I say this about all of them, and then I end up playing them. I'm like, yeah, good, it's okay, not quite what I wanted. I feel like this is actually going to be the one where I'm like, yes, this is what I wanted. Like, I wanted open world. We got the confirmation from Nintendo, from the Pokemon Company. They said it. They said, this is an open world game. The first for the Pokemon franchise. They said it. So we know it is 100% open world. That's what I've been waiting on. I want to go explore a place like... It looks great. Like the map, that's kind of what I wanted to touch on before we got into the other stuff. We didn't really talk about this off stream. Did you look at the map?
Not really, no.
Oh my God, it's huge, man. It's huge.
On a scale of like Skyward Sword to Breath of the Wild.
Okay.
Where is it in there?
It's in the middle of there.
Okay.
I mean,
the Skyward Sword's pretty big, but it's not crazy.
Yeah,
big.
but it's all like separated and stuff. Yeah,
yes.
But I mean... I don't know. It's hard to tell how big it actually. It's not as big as Breath of the Wild's map. There's no way. It is. It's a fair size. It's got all kinds of different areas. And I mean, I'm going to say this a lot as we go into this. There's no way. I want your opinion on like. There's no way Breath of the Wild wasn't the main inspiration for 90% of this stuff, right?
I mean, it's not like it's unusual for game companies to take a page out of Breath of the Wild's book, and it's definitely not surprising for the Pokemon Company, which is heavily influenced and works with Nintendo, to do that. So, if like Monster Hunter Stories can take pages out of Breath of the Wild's book, and if Phoenix Immortals Rising, if that's the right way to put it, that name, takes pages out of Breath of the Wild, why can't the Pokemon Company do that? I mean,
I mean, I'm fine with it. Listen, I'm
sorry,
fine.
Arceus. Look at the cover of Arceus. Yeah. I mean, that the game not necessarily exactly like Breath of the Wild, but the cover is a reimagining of that cover of Breath of the Wild.
Basically,
cover.
Basically.
I think it's totally fine, and I have no problems with. Listen, Breath of the Wild was a fantastic game, so why not copy that formula and kind of take that formula and do something of your own with it. Kind of like Coke and Pepsi. You may be a Coke fan, you may be a Pepsi fan, but at least you have a choice to be a Coke Pepsi fan. If they didn't kind of knock each other off,
Pepsi
you would only have Coke. There would be no Pepsi.
Sucks. Pepsi sucks.
Listen, I'm just saying that at least there's some choice here. If you don't like Breath of the Wild, but you like the Pokemon style game, now you have a Pokemon style that's gets the good things about Breath of the Wild in it. So cool.
Yeah, I'm cool with looking at the map. I mean, it's got all the different areas, just like. I mean, there's like a little desert area. There's a bunch of different. There's so much stuff. There's this big thing in the middle. I don't know what that is. Like a big, like volcano looking thing in the middle. There's a giant icy mountain in the back. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. And speaking of the map, you can do anything in any order. Again, another page out of the Breath of the Wild book, sort of. But I mean, Breath of the Wild's not the only game that's ever done that. Let's not get that twisted. But you can do it in any order. There's 8 gyms, which you can do in any order you want. Okay, with all that, there's that, the gyms, and then there's 2 other stories. Whatever the other 2 storylines are, there's 3 different stories that you can progress through. And I'm guessing at the same time, you can do, some of this, some of that, whatever you want. I'm sure they're all kind of intertwined, but they have their own, basic story.
Yeah.
But I love that. My question with that is, how much exploration do you think we're going to get? What is there going to be to discover on this map? Are we going to actually get Breath of the Wild level of things to discover in this open world map, or is it going to be empty?
Breath of the Wild, the way they get away with it is, you have 900 Koroks to go after. You have endless different types of terrain and up and down inclines, water areas, lots of different textures and world things to go explore, to kind of get, I see some extra, these trees over here look different than these trees. Let me go check this out. This cluster of rocks and mountain look a little weird. Let me go, it piques my interest over there. Oh, I see some rocks that might be
I'm telling you though, man.
In Pokemon though, remember one of the criticisms we had with Scarlet and Violet is that it looks kind of barren. The trees don't look exactly plentiful.
I don't know, man.
And
there were some scenes.
If you remember in Arceus, it wasn't like a significant difference from area to area. It's pretty much just trees, different colored grass maybe, but the grass is the same texture, the trees are the same, not that many trees. It wasn't like, ooh, this area looks fun, let me go over here. Ooh, this area looks fun over here. In fact, like up if you had to go up mountains and stuff, you had to use a special Pokemon you had to get. And it wasn't enticing. Like, I didn't want to go up a mountain to see what was up there because pretty much nothing was on top of these mountains. It was just blank rocks.
See, I disagree. I think showing what they showed in the first part of the trailer when they started talking about Scarlet and Violet, there was one scene where you're in the air and you're flying over. I believe it's like kind of a grassy area and it's down this mountain and you can see there's like 3 different areas of terrain. I looked at that one scene right there and I was like, wow. Look at that. Look at that. I wonder what that is. What is this thing? And almost every single frame that you went through, there's something in the scene where you're like, what is that thing? What is that? I feel like this is going to be, I feel like there's going to be a lot more. And I think maybe the other 2 quests or whatever it is, like the other 2 main parts of the story besides the gyms, are going to be more exploration based stuff. At least I hope. That's what I'm really hoping for. I mean, again, I'm sitting here looking at the map right now. There's a lot of different stuff going on in this map. There are lakes, there are deserts, there are snowy mountains, there are towns, cities. I don't know. I'm pretty interested in this game. How do you feel about the fact that we get the legendary cover art Pokemon, what looks like right at the start of the game?
Intriguing.
And they're motorcycles.
They're motorcycles or planes.
Yeah. Or I guess they just climb up walls too.
I would imagine so. I almost feel like that's a cop-out. Like, why can't we just climb? Like, one of the cool things about Breath of the Wild is that as the character Link, you can do anything. You can hit stuff, you can climb stuff, you can swim, you can walk, you can run. You have a stamina meter to let you know how much you have left of these things. Yeah. And it was just cool to know that there are absolutely, from the second you start the game, there are absolutely, besides the paraglider, no limitations to boot and the rest of the game going forward. No limitations of what you can do. Just spend that first 2 hours to get the paraglider, then you're golden. Like, that was cool. And in Arceus, if Pokemon is company is using some hints that were good about Arceus in this new Pokemon game, then they should know that one of the worst parts of Arceus to me was that your character was not like Link in that way. That you could not walk up mountains.
But these are
fly.
Like kids throwing Pokeballs. They're not Link. They can't be Link.
You know that Link is a kid too, right?
Yeah, but he's the man. He's not just a regular kid. He's the dude. He's the guy.
Listen,
he's
kids
Link.
climb trees better than I can. So
that's true. I can't climb a tree. There's no way I can climb a tree right now.
I think it's almost not a cop-out's the wrong word, but it's bizarre.
Well, you can see what they've done though. They've taken, the deer and the bear and all the stuff from Arceus and just smashed it all into one Pokemon. They're like, this is your traversal thing.
That aspect of it is, we're talking about upgrades from Arceus. That's sweet. The fact that I don't have to switch in between. I don't know if you had this problem in Arceus. I don't know if you played even enough to have it. But when I was flying around,
far in Arceus.
When I was flying around, when I was just trying to switch to the Pokemon that was its function Pokemon, like the Pokemon that you walk up the walls with, the Pokemon that you run with, the Pokemon that you fly with. When you're switching between those, it was clunky. And I would actually often take lots of fall damage. I had to move past the flying one. Yeah. And by doing that, you actually flew for a few seconds. It threw you up in the air, and then you fell down and took damage. There was no avoiding that. From what I could see. That was clunky. Yeah, this is an upgrade from that because it's all in one.
It looks like you just go jump off the cliff and the thing just like, oh yeah, we're jumping off a cliff now. Let me get my wings out. I mean, maybe it's just like a fly button.
Okay, it's fun that you're taking the art style, you're taking some of the gameplay aspects, but take deeper gameplay aspects of Breath of the Wild. Like they got that perfect, man. The way that Link just walks the walls and glides with a paraglider is perfect. It's perfection.
Yeah, it's just smooth. Yeah,
smooth.
It's effortless.
Yes,
it feels. Yeah, it doesn't feel like no, not that. Yep, no. It's just
what my hands and
gliding.
controller are doing should be exactly what the character on screen is doing. No, unless it's like a Souls game where the animations are a key thing. That should be what is happening in a video game when you're controlling a character in a 3D environment.
I do really like the fact that you get them at the beginning, though. I think that's really awesome. Fun. I am going Violet. For my one reason is this. I was already going there. I like it's like I don't know what that's gonna be like with the story. One seems to be more of like an actual animal, and the other one is like a robot, like a digital. It's got like 8-bit eyes. It's like LED dots. Yeah, it's really weird. I don't know. I think it's cool, but that one actually rides like a motorcycle. The other one uses its hands. It's got wheels, but instead of using them, it's like that thing Obi-Wan Kenobi rides in Episode 3. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. But I was going to use the Flintstone reference. Like yabba dabba doo.
Yeah, okay. It's like that too.
That's cool.
I like the bike better. But again, I hate to keep. I said I was going to do this, but another Breath of the Wild thing. The bike. It's in the DLC. I know, but like, it's nice that they give it to you at the beginning, especially in an open world where you're going to literally be like. You're going to be going long distances. It's nice to have something where you're not just walking. And that's probably what the reasoning is behind getting it early that they say. I guarantee that's what they say in the game. Like, oh, you can't just be out here in this giant open world without anything to get around. Take this giant Pokemon right here.
What are the 3 starters again? Let me look at the video real fast.
Tiny kitty cat.
Tiny kitty cat, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Little blue duck and chubby
is this the
dinosaur.
Is this the official announcement for what the names are of the Pokemon? Are you officially announcing it right now?
Yes, chubby red dinosaur, blue duck, and the cat's green, right?
I think I'm going with Quaxley because
I said that
either that's a hair or if it's his hat, whatever it is, a tuft of duck hair. I don't care.
It's nice.
It is adorable, and he's like the Elvis of Pokemon.
Okay, it's definitely hair because in the trailer, I'm pretty sure he does like a hair flip and it like.
Yes, he does. I wish I could show you guys. We don't show you the video because Pokemon Company. Really
they're not nice
when you do that sorts of things.
Yeah.
But like he totally does like a big
like a hair flip
with the water coming off it.
Suck, girl, suck.
I actually thought it was a beret when I first saw it. Earlier in the year when we saw the first trailer. The fact that I now know it's a hair. Now that I know it's hair. It looks pretty awesome. I'm going with Quaxley.
Okay, I have this problem, and I did this with Sword and Shield too. I was like, oh yeah, which one was it? The little lizard has the worst final evolution of the 3.
I haven't seen the final evolution.
He's like, I guess he's supposed to be like a James Bond, but he looks like he plays bass for an emo band. Just real real skinny, tall guy. Like okay. Man. Like, okay. I'm like, dude, this guy ain't fighting nobody. Get out of here. Like, get out of here with that.
It's pretty silly.
I want to see what these things are going to turn into because I don't want to get burned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Tyson will know the leaks. I'm going to wait till he knows what they look like. I'm going to be like, show me what they look like because I'm not picking one until I know.
I never go off of that. I never look. I'm a guy who likes surprise in general. I'm not one who likes to chase the leaks because I like to be surprised. So something as small as this, where it really doesn't matter, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna find out what Quaxley looks like later. I don't want to go look in the internet and find what the sleuths are finding. Like whatever. I'm cool with Quaxley. If he turns into some stupid looking goose, then I have a stupid looking goose. He's my stupid.
What if he is a goose? Yeah, a goose. I didn't think about that. Like a beautiful swan.
I mean, that would be a great evolution. I mean, one of my favorite evolutions. Not that it's a swan. Sick. But what's I forgot the Dratini, and then Dratini turns into something else. I know
don't talk to me. Don't talk to me like that.
The Pokemon fans know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you just said, but
he's like a beautiful water snake. Water snake is his name. I would call him. I think that's what you would call him too. His evolution is awesome.
No water moccasin there.
No, a snake. Okay, water moccasin. Yeah, okay, yes. Well, he's a water moccasin indeed. Anyway, he looks cool. So if they could do something like that, some sort of slick.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
We'll
see.
Whatever.
I'm excited though, man. The whole thing, you know, I don't want to talk about the graphics at all. I'm done talking about graphics in Pokemon. It looks the same as the rest.
Yes.
Like there's nothing.
There are small visual upgrades,
tiny ones.
Let's not take that away from them.
They're moving along. It's fine. No, it's basically the same. I don't care. I don't expect it anymore. I don't think we even need to talk about that. Yeah. But again, the open world. I'm telling you, I'm very, very interested to see what those other two parts of whatever the quests are, whatever the not the gyms, the other things. I'm telling you, I think it's going to be something that's exploration based. At least one of these other two quests is going to be an exploration based thing. I think we're going to be very surprised at what's in this open world. I looking from just those few scenes, like I said, that's the biggest takeaway I got. Those few scenes where they're flying, they're looking down, you can see the terrain and see what different. It looks like there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm hopeful that we get something like that. Seeing all that makes me want to do that, and I'm going Violet.
Let's talk about, before we wrap it up with Pokemon, let's talk about the #1 multiplayer, and then the word I forgot that I was supposed to remember. That is where you get all diamond-colored looking crap.
Terrastalize.
Terrastalize.
Is that right? That may not be right.
Terrastalizing, I don't know, something like that. Terrastalites.
Something, yeah.
All the Pokemon fans are,
I know. Just whatever. Whenever they turn into diamonds.
Yes. Well, let's start with the multiplayer. Multiplayer, I think I'm curious to see, I think like you, how they're going to implement it, how it's going to work, if it sucks because Nintendo's online infrastructure is garbage. I don't think it'll suck.
I think it'll be fine. I'm more worried about how limited it's going to be. Like, what can you do in multiplayer? Can you go play the game? Like, actually play the game?
Yes,
multiplayer?
Yes, because
that's what I want to do.
Yeah, to your point, Animal Crossing is a game where it's like there's multiplayer, but basically you just run around your island to show your friend. I wonder, Pokemon, can we actually go catch Pokemon together? Can we battle each other right then and there?
Okay, I am sure that's all there. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about going through the story. Like going through the actual story. Can you go do it together? Can you move the story forward as a team? Can you do that?
So like Monster Hunter style.
Well, Monster Hunter has its own little menu where it's like once you go multiplayer, it's like you're not doing these monsters anymore. You go into this other building, you get quests from this building. You still have another. It's a different story. Maybe that's what one of those other stories is. The quests is. Maybe it is a multiplayer thing. Like a full-on multiplayer version of the campaign, or you know what I mean? Something like that. So I just figured it out. There you go. It's exploration, and then there's a multiplayer. There's the other two. Done.
Okay.
Figured it out.
Terrastalizing.
Cool-ish. Like the giant things on their head are fucking stupid.
I just think it's cool.
I think it would look a lot cooler if they were just diamonds without insanely large headpieces. Whatever. I'm not. That
doesn't really matter in the grand scheme.
My big question, and you can correct me if I'm wrong in asking this, and I'm sure Tyson and other Pokemon fans who know will tell me I'm an idiot. But isn't this just Dynamaxing without getting big? You can't. That I will give it this. I see that you can change the types will change. Like their example is like if you have an Eevee, it could turn into a grass type Eevee or a water type. Like I guess I don't know if it stays like that or if it just does it while it's a diamond. But
I don't know.
I don't know either. So I mean I see that's different, but I mean I feel like it's basically the same. Doesn't matter. I get it. It's just it seems very similar to me. I don't know a lot about it, but it looks cool. I don't like the big head pieces, but it looks cool. I'm sure they're gonna sell a ton of merch.
They're gonna sell a ton of merch, games, all of it. That's the goal. Not that the games are secondary to everything else.
Yes, they'll have. You'll be able to buy them at antique shops in 25 years. Just little crystal Eevees you can put on your mantle.
Oh, that'd be great.